Why does God repeatedly choose raven in the Bible? 40 days after the flood, Noah did something almost nobody remembers. He released a raven, not a dove, the familiar symbol of peace, but a black, unclean bird that flew out over a ruined world. It came back. It flew again. Then finally, it did not return. That small, shadowy moment is oddly important. Why would God send a creature later labeled unclean as the very first scout of a new creation? Why does Scripture later use ravens again, not as omens of doom, but as instruments of mercy? We all know the dove with the olive leaf. Reconciliation, new beginnings, God's promise mended. But the raven arrives earlier in the story and meets a different landscape, a planet littered with death, decay, and verdict. The raven's repeated sorties over the floodwaters suggest a creature that can survive judgment's aftermath. When it finally does not return, it marks a break with the past. The dove then appears to announce renewal. The raven embodies the end of what was. The dove, the start of what will be. Centuries later, when Elijah fled into the wilderness, God sent ravens to bring him bread and meat. The very birds associated with scavenging and with ritual impurity became God's carriers of provision. In Scripture, God repeatedly repurposes the overlooked and the despised. A donkey rebukes a wayward prophet. A bronze serpent, a symbol of curse, becomes an instrument of healing. God does not select based on reputation. He sees what the world overlooks. He trains loyalty in the unlovely and makes life out of what we would dismiss as waste. God uses the improbable, the unclean, the forgotten, the rejected. God can and does use them. The raven is a reminder that worth is not outward. What looks worthless to people may be exactly what God appoints.